Alright, this is Things We Need to Know Thursday. And as usual, every Thursday I have an important video like this called Things We Need to Know Thursday. Alright, so this week we're going to be talking about influence. Right, so we could be influenced by anyone, anything. We're going to be discussing that conversation today. So before we get started, don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, turn your post notification bell on so each time I upload a video like this, you'll get it right in your phone. Okay, so I'm going to start off by saying it is very important for children to grow up with their parents, right? With both of their parents, all right? Because children influenced by the people who directly around them, right? Who they see every day, who they in contact with every day, right? Some children, they get influenced by what they see on the TV, right? What they grew up in, what they see happen around them, so that thing will influence them, right? However, a lot of kids grew up today, they has been influenced by the wrong person or the wrong thing. Okay, so we could see this everywhere we look. We not even need to point out a specific country or a specific place. It's everywhere in the world, right? People influenced by their surrounding, what they listen to on the radio, what they watches on TV. Like, you grew up seeing your dad driving a Mercedes Benz, driving a BMW. These are the things that's going to influence you to get one too, right? You grew up seeing you grew up in a community, in a place where you see people getting shot every day, people dying every day. Like, these are what influence you, right? So if you grew up and you see these kind of things, you're gonna be influenced by those kind of things, right? So sometimes we every time we look and we trying to say why people are so violent, why we see this, why we see that. The main thing cause people to be so violent, especially in the lower class community, or let's say in the urban, in the violent community, in the violent cities. Kids are influenced by their surrounding. They grew up and they see these things around them. They want to grow up and they want to do the same thing. So you're wondering why all these kids grew up and want to kill people, why they grew up and want to, you know what I'm saying, do all these things that you never did. But it's the influence around them. It's the influence that they absorbed in growing up, right? And if you notice, kids who being, all right, let's say you have your children and they grow up around rich people, they all are rich. Eventually, that's the influence they're gonna go with, right? They're gonna want to grow up to and want to get rich because that's the influence that they're around. That's the kind of energy that they're feeding on, right? And we can also say this too. You could also grow up in a toxic community and you don't have to be influenced by them, because some people actually have a different mindset and a whole totally different perspective of how they look at life, right? Because I know plenty of people grew up around bad influence, what people would say they are bad influence, and they didn't influence by that. They actually didn't. But the majority, some way, form or shape, they will be influenced by their surrounding, what they grew up in, what they see, what take place in their home. Those kind of stuff will influence them eventually, right? So when I say influence, things we need to know Thursday. You may grow up in a toxic community, a toxic house. You may grow up in a place that influences you in a bad way, but you can actually change that, right? Once you're alive, the human body is the human mind, the human being is the only creature upon this earth who could actually rebirth themselves, like start it all over, do it all over again, relearn all over. Like a lot of things that we thought we know, we as human beings, we could let it all go and relearn everything all over again and calculate everything all over again and get it right this time, you know. It's a lot of us influenced in the wrong way, and we actually corrected that because we actually get a second chance to do it, right? The majority of us, we actually didn't get a chance to do that, right? So we could actually work on ourselves. I can understand we've been influenced by a lot of stuff without even knowing that you've been influenced by it, right? It's just like you in school. Everyone in your class is doing good. Everyone is getting A's and B's. You don't want to be the one who would be getting H and, you know, and below that. So what you're going to do, you've been influenced by your classmates to get A's and B's and A plus, right? So now you're going to go home, you're going to be researching, you're going to be studying, you're going to do all that you have to do because they have been influencing you to do the right thing, right? So these are the stuff that I'm talking about when I say influence. It's so easy to be influenced by the wrong thing, and it's very hard to do the right thing, okay? Especially when you want to impress your friend, you want to impress the people that you're around. If you don't know how to do it, even though it's the bad influence, because you grew up in it, you already know exactly where to go, who to pay attention to, okay? And the bad influence is way more easy to adapt than the good one, right? Especially you have children, mothers have children growing up without their dad. When these children does not have a dad to be influenced by, they will look influence from somewhere else, right? So they will definitely go look influence from maybe someone in the community, right? Someone that a lot of people look up to. Hopefully he's not a killer that going around killing people, right? They're going to look influence from someone. Maybe they're watching a movie or something they see on the TV, the kids influence like that, right? Because it's only that much their mom could do for them. She's just one person. So when they separate the dad from the mom, you get toxic children. It's so simple, right? It's an easy math to solve, because they're going to be influenced by something else. And our system of today, they're influencing our children in the wrong direction, right? In everything, in the TV that they watch, in the music that they're listening to, right? In everything that they see in the street every day. They got guns out there, they got everything out there, right? They influence our children in the wrong way, while they keep their family together to grow their children and have them doing the right thing, and then make it seem like we are the bad guys, right? It's a psychological warfare going on. I always say that. And we have to be careful. We have to be careful of how our children be influenced, because whether you as a parent know it or not, even though you might there and do your best, even though you might be there and thinking that you got everything covered, your children could be influenced by something else, someone else. And this is why the system is there to destroy your family, destroy your kids, and to influence your children to go the wrong direction, right? So focus on that. Don't get influenced by the wrong thing, because sometimes you might not be able to get out of it. This was Things We Need to Know Thursday. Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, turn your post notification bell on, so each time I upload a video like this, you get it right there on your phone, and I'll see you in the next video.